Hello, everyone. It's Brian with Spiritual Kings. Thank you once again for joining my YouTube channel. At this time, I just wanted to do a video in response to what is happening in Iran right now. This is a video with the late and great Charlie Kirk. As we know today, that the U.S. and Israel has joined forces to bomb the capital city of Iran, Tehran, in effort to take out the Ayatollah and to prevent Iran from getting nuclear weapons. Obviously, this is a big deal. World news, massive news, breaking news. We're all seeing some very dramatic footage of some aerial assaults that have been happening in the capital city of Tehran. And we're seeing a lot of response from this around the world. We're even seeing some activity that we've seen in Dubai. I guess a building was stricken in Dubai, which is crazy to think. That's obviously a big vacation spot for many people around the world. People, this is a big deal, and this is a massive happening in the world right now, as we can probably imagine. This is something that is going to require a lot of prayer. A lot of prayer needs to happen right now because there's people that are unfortunately going to die in this, but there's a lot that's going to happen, and Trump's team supposedly is doing this because they're preventing nuclear weapons from taking place and happening, and also to get a regime change, which I probably do agree with the regime change. But as Charlie's going to talk about here, this is a pretty complicated matter. So before I go any further, I just want to hit play here. I want to talk about, let's hear what Charlie has to say, then I'll finish up here. Whoops.
Let's do some updates about Israel and Iran and potentially the United States. On one side is the Lindsey Graham, John Bolton types, where they are actively calling for regime change. Here is Lindsey Graham. And this is just lunacy. This kind of analysis is not helpful. This kind of approach, this kind of argument, it has nothing to do with nuclear weapons at this point. This is now that we want to go all in and take out the regime. It's time for us to close the chapter on the Iranian Ayatollah and his henchmen and start a new chapter in the Middle East. And that sounds good, doesn't it? But what have we learned when it comes to wars, and especially wars in the Middle East? What you draw up on a whiteboard rarely happens.
That's a really good point.
What you think theoretically is going to occur, there might be unintended and unforeseen consequences, especially when you're talking about a country 2.5 times the size of Texas. It has 90 million people and was an ancient and great power with well over a dozen ethnic groups. Mm-hmm. You have underground Christians. You don't really have many Jews left in Persia, but also you have secular younger Persians. Who's going to run the country exactly, Lindsey Graham? This sounds like Hillary Rodham Clinton in Libya. So I'm pointing to the first extreme right now, the neoconservative extreme. We must go take off the head of the snake right now. Play cut 285.
Be all in, President Trump, in helping Israel eliminate the nuclear threat. If we need to provide bombs to Israel, provide bombs. If we need to fly planes with Israel, do joint operations. But here's the bigger question. Wouldn't the world be better off if the Ayatollahs went away and replaced by something better? Wouldn't Iran be better off? It's time to close the chapter on the Iranian Ayatollah and his henchmen. Let's close that chapter soon and start a new chapter in the Mideast, one of tolerance, hope, and peace.
Okay, that sounds good, but that's pathologically insane. I'm sorry, it is. How do you know it's going to be better? Yeah, the Ayatollah is awful. But maybe he's one of the few guys that can keep that country together and not have a 90 million person civil war. Lindsey Graham is so consistently out of his mind, it's hard to even comprehend. Iran is hugely diverse. It is a massive country. Do the people agitating for war even know that? Because be clear, regime change is war. Just to understand, regime change is not like changing the head coach at the Chicago Bears. It's not how it works. It's not like a clean transfer. Typically in the Mideast, it's very messy, creates a quagmire, and then there is civil war. Do you understand how large Iran is? It's massive. It's a very big country. It's mountainous. It makes Afghanistan and Iraq look like a cakewalk. Just look at this beast of a country with all the different regions, all the different dialects, if we could put that up on screen. And then you have a major refugee concern of Mohammedans that will come to Europe and endanger more Christians and Jews, and Mohammedans that will come to America. No, that is wrong. So that is one extreme. The other extreme is one that I have deep respect and reverence for, because I actually think if we had that other extreme, we would not have invaded Iraq. This other extreme is philosophically important. It's important to consider, and that's the Ron Paul extreme. And I love Ron Paul. Ron Paul is awesome. I would have Ron Paul on the show regularly. He is a hero because Ron Paul had the courage to challenge old sacred cows of the Republican Party. He made people defend the indefensible. But the Ron Paul perspective is strictly isolationist. I actually agree with a lot of this other extreme, a lot. I think it's healthy to have this other extreme more than the neoconservative extreme, because this extreme has been underrepresented in the public dialogue and discourse the last 20 years. So you have these two extremes. I honestly don't think the neoconservative extreme needs to be represented philosophically anymore. It's uninteresting to me. They've done a mess of Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, the entire Middle East, Ukraine. We know what the neoconservatives believe. I do think hearing out, and honestly, I agree with a lot of the more, I think isolationist is used as a pejorative, but let's just say restrained community. Take out the Ayatollah. Resist that temptation. That's not prudence. That's not self-control. That's something else talking. That's a zeal. And that very same zeal got us involved in a pile of garbage in Iraq. It all felt good with shock and awe in March of 2003. We're unstoppable. We're going to take Iraq in a weekend. Turns out, it didn't work that way. A lot of people died. A lot of Americans died unnecessarily.
All right, people. So obviously, a lot there. Okay. I want to go on the record by saying that, look, I am not a pro-war person. I do believe in the sanctity of life. Thou shalt not kill. But at the same time, we also see the Ayatollah doing some very awful things to their own people and running a very dictatorship regime. And also, so you have a conflict, like, how do we take care of that? Now, whether or not Donald Trump and Israel should have joined forces to do this, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm very curious to know what Charlie Kirk would have thought today. Obviously, we know that Charlie Kirk did a lot of work to get Donald Trump in office. But needless to say, we can't answer that question right now, because Charlie Kirk has obviously passed on to go with the Lord in heaven. But right now, what has happened, and this is a very serious situation. And I don't claim to have all the answers. I just want to say this. We need to be praying right now. We need to, of course, care about everyone involved, every race, religion involved. And we need to care and value the sanctity of human life. But at the same time, this is a very, very serious situation that I do believe needs to be addressed. If indeed Iran was having access to nuclear weapons, that's not a very good thing. I don't trust them with nuclear weapons, to say the least. We see that their Ayatollah, this Ali Khamenei, was killed today. It's sad to see the loss of any life, of course, but this is the first major domino to fall. As Charlie just alluded to, are we going to see this, regime change? It seems like the buzz term of the day, but like he said, it's not like the Bears hiring Ben Johnson. It's not just some in-house thing you do. It's a major thing. It's a country of 90 million people, a very vast, different geographic country, and with a lot of different people and beliefs. So, I truly hope Trump knows what he's doing. I just want to go on the record as saying right now that we need to be in a lot of prayer. This is a serious situation, and I don't think this is going to end in a couple days. I think this is a big, big deal. And, what is the next domino to fall? I don't know. Does this lead us into World War III? I don't think so, and I hope not, but you don't know right now. The world is a very bizarre place right now. We just saw what happened in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, our beautiful neighbors down south. and what's going on with the cartel. And all of a sudden, we've got this situation happening in Iran today. And oh my goodness, is all I can say. There's some very dramatic videos coming from these aerial shots and what's happening with these F-16s and everything like that, and these bombs. And of course, we're seeing a huge response from many of the civilians that are in the street, some parading, some saying, this is a great day. And of course, we do want to see, like Charlie said, we do want to see liberation to Iran. I do believe they do need to be liberated. And I think those people are under a very strict dictatorship, and it's a beautiful country that needs to experience freedom once again. And hopefully this is the beginning of that. Now, whether or not we should have done this, I don't know, but it remains to be seen. And all I can say is we have a lot to be praying about right now. From a standpoint of being a Christian, look, I hate to see loss of life. I don't believe in warmongering. But sometimes when you see terrible dictatorship doing horrible things to the world, I do believe there is a biblical responsibility to world leaders to do what's right to preserve human life and, of course, preserve peace on earth. And if this is where this country, Iran, these ayatollahs were leading us to terrible things, then obviously sometimes things need to be done. All I can say is let's continue to pray about the future of Iran, because would a regime change be nice? Would it be great to see that country liberated? Absolutely. But like Charlie said, is this what's about to happen? We don't know. A lot's going to happen all of a sudden here, and we need to be in prayer. And this is a very, very serious situation, people. So I just wanted to put this information out here. I hope everyone is doing well. I'll keep you all in my prayers. Please be praying for the world right now. Please be praying for Iran. Please be praying for Israel. Please be praying for Donald Trump, that this man continues to make the right decisions. I don't know if this is the right decision. It looks concerning, but then again, I don't know everything. I know there's a lot of bad things happening over there, but let's just be in prayer, okay? So that's it for right now, people. I will continue to, as I'm getting healthy here, to continue to post updates and from the Christian standpoint. And so that's it for right now. I love you all. God bless you, and I will talk to you soon.